Hey everyone, Zach here from Firefly Studios with none other than Sir Simon Bradbury.
I'm not sure it's Sir yet, but you know.
I mean, people have been knighted for less.
Village idiot, more like.
The village idiot who's also the lead designer of Stronghold Definitive Edition. And today we're going to be playing and going over the notoriously easy Mission 18.
It's so easy.
Yeah, so Simon's going to go through it. We're going to have a bit of a chat as we do. I won't distract you too much. Afterwards, we'll have a debrief and go over the mission in more detail. Simon, you ready?
Be embarrassing if I couldn't beat it, right?
I mean, is anyone better to beat it?
I think there's plenty of people better than me at beating it, but I will be giving it a go 20 years later.
20 years later in the Definitive Edition.
It's looking good.
It's looking better than ever.
It is.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Okay, there's the field and there's the castle.
Okay, we've got a lot of spearmen here. We're missing a few because Aaron's been tinkering with this map to remove the mangonels by the look of it.
Yeah, Aaron.
And he's also lost me some of my starting spearmen.
It's a lot of fire.
There's a lot of fire. And
Oh, there's one man that's run away burning. Poor sod.
now, unfortunately, the life of this average spearman here is quite limited. They're mainly there to get killed as cannon fodder.
Yeah, their lifespan's about as long as their spear is.
So that my slightly higher value macemen don't have to do the same.
I imagine you don't tell them that when they sign up.
It's not in the contract. So now I've still got these guys here now. The question is, can I get a moat filled in?
Here we go!
Okay, this is looking better.
Yes, boss. Yeah. Move! Here we go! Move, you dogs! Move!
I think that might have got
Tower
that
ready,
down,
sir. Tower ready, sir.
Okay, stage 1 completed. That was easy.
That was easy. First time.
First time. Okay, now we're going to send the siege tower up.
What do you need?
And while that's going up, we're going to send these guys behind it.
You'd think the siege tower is a huge flammable target.
It is, but it's made of wood.
Wood burns quite easily.
Yeah, but it's not gone through any fire yet, right?
No, I mean like if you were like an archer, you'd be like fire arrow, bang.
Oh no, they used to coat them. You see all that leather on it?
Oh right, that is quite fire retardant.
Need some muscle?
Yeah, they used to soak that leather in water, so that yeah, it was very fire retardant. Okay, now we're going to go round the castle walls.
Here we go!
Tsunami.
Move, you dogs! Move! Here we go!
Now we're going to go through the.
Look at those wee dogs.
They're chicken fashion, lads! Move, you dogs! They won't know what hit them. They're dead.
Now these two guys are going to do my digging for me.
What? Great. Moat digging. Yes, boss.
Oh, I said there, because all you need is two guys digging.
Two guys, yeah.
We can have a bit of a pause now. How many mason? I've got 2 macemen left.
That's all you need, Bill and Bob.
Bill and Bob. This is where we cut to an advert break. I've got enough macemen left. I got my macemen guys. I've got squad 2. It's just I haven't got that many diggers. They're having to put a bit of grunt work into digging out the moat round the front. Yeah, we just need a nice solid entrance here for the battering ram and everything else to get through.
This is like an advert for handyman or something. Yeah. You need a moat filled?
Macemen, buy your flame retardant suits here.
Moving ram tower ready, sir.
Now we're going to position
What do you need? Yes, sir.
everything for the big advance into the castle.
What is it?
The big showdown.
Need some muscle? What?
So this is stage 2,
You dogs.
which is still a bit tricksy, but
Instructions? My lord, fast as we can.
Easier
sir.
than stage 1. Okay.
What do you need?
This is our main assault force here. These guys are going to do the damage.
Yes,
The
sir.
Suicide Squad.
Ram
No,
ready,
no,
my lord.
these are the Valiant Squad.
But everyone knows that they're the Suicide Squad.
No, these are the Suicide
no,
Squad.
yeah,
My lord.
exactly.
They're the Suicide Squad. But we don't tell them they're the Suicide Squad. We tell them they're the Gallant Squad.
Yeah. They have the honour
They have
of being in the vanguard.
exactly.
If anyone ever tells you you've got the honour of being in the vanguard,
They're sending you to death.
all right, the battering ram is now going in.
Need some muscle.
So this is now taking down the gatehouse.
And speaking of, when this, if the outer Baileys is devoid of life, you just kill everything in there, including the dogs. Who's lifting and raising the drawbridge? Raising and lowering the drawbridge?
That's a good point. There's actually a little man inside the gatehouse who kind of lives in a little...
A little man lives in a hut.
Yeah, inside the gatehouse. His job is to lift the drawbridge.
He doesn't fight. He doesn't get killed,
No, and even if everyone else is running away, his job is to stay there.
and just lift it up.
Because someone else might want to get in, or not.
Oh no, yeah.
Maybe every hour he lifts it up.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's not a job that's like taxes the brain a lot.
Yes, boss.
He's a very small man. He's like a hobbit of a human.
Move you.
One of the requirements is that you're small, yeah, for sure.
Here we go.
That's Stronghold canon now.
Dogs. Move. Here we go. Move, you dogs.
Okay, now,
Yes,
One
Your
man
Majesty.
fight.
Of course.
guys, this is your opportunity.
Fast as we can, sir.
This is your time to shine.
Right away, sire.
Oh, the valiant
Of
vanguard.
course.
The valiant
Fast as we
vanguard are
can,
going
sir.
in.
It's like the charge of the
Right
light
away,
brigade.
sire. Of course. Fast as we can, sir.
Yeah.
It'll
Right
make a
away,
great
sir.
song. Don't worry about the
Of
details.
course. Fast as we can, sir. Right away,
Oh,
sire.
I think
Of
that
course.
bit is safe.
Fast as we
Actually,
can, sir.
some of the vanguard might
Right
survive
away,
it.
sire.
Actually,
Of course. Fast as we can, sir.
let's send them over here just in
Right away,
case.
sire. Of course.
In case we end up
Fast
going
as
that
we
way.
can, sir. We're leaving now.
Oh, okay, right, they didn't do it, but anyway.
Tower
So,
ready, sir. Moving
Now,
tower.
here comes phase 3,
Phase 4.
or phase 4, depending on how many attempts you've had to make.
This is attempt 1, by the way.
Yeah,
Here we go.
no multiple attempts here.
Tower ready, sir.
Just
Okay,
using this mission is hard.
go to the wall, dude.
Do you want to save?
What do you need?
Say what?
I was going to say, do you want to save? But you're already in there.
Oh no, I've already saved it from this point. Oh, look at that. Burn me.
Here we go.
Look at all that cheese. This is the real reason we're fighting.
Yeah, it's the cheese wars.
It's the cheese whiz.
Millions have lost their lives in the sake of cheese.
Move, you dogs.
Okay, we're going round.
It must be so satisfying to go up there and kill those archers. They feel so safe up there.
Exactly. It's like they've been like crapping on me
Yeah.
for a long time.
Now up close and personal, what are you going to do? Reload? Crossbow? Good luck.
Oh, see, I'm making a bit of a mistake. Never mind. Let's just send these guys straight up here.
What? Here we go. Yes, boss.
Oh, that's a lot of fire.
There's a lot of fire, but we're on top of the keep, and then I think he's going to get
No! No!
pig not die.
Big not die. Oh, spoke too soon. Some roasted bacon.
Nice. 6,700. Congratulations, sir. Very well played.
Thank you.
So how was that, Simon?
I mean, I wouldn't say I beat it with ease, but I beat it.
But it was defeated, yeah. I mean,
I defeated the pig.
a victory is a victory.
It is. I mean, I lost a few spearmen along the way.
But I mean, that's just part and parcel.
It's the life of a spearman, I'm afraid.
So it's bacon.
I know. Any spearmen watching out there, sorry. But here we are. So just looking at this, right? One of the first things you want to do is not worry about the pig sending out these guys. The pig is impetuous. He's sending these macemen out. We have to do precisely nothing at this point. You know, this is where you could send your guys forward to meet them, and that would be a mistake because they're going to get shot just coming out to see you.
So you can't allow yourself to be distracted by them.
Don't get tempted
Yeah.
to
Don't
go
get
take
tempted.
them on. Just, this is the best use actually, and some would say the only use of your missile troops. Unusual for Stronghold, right?
Yeah, true.
So that's one thing I would say. Don't get distracted by the macemen.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, because you've shown us like one way of taking the fortress, but yeah, are there ways that you'd not recommend attacking this thing?
See, that's a good point. One way definitely not to do the fortress is over here. You see, you've got a direct way in over this wall, and you're into the inner bailey and the keep, as opposed to going through two very, very well armoured, very well stocked outer bailey and the inner bailey kind of gatehouse. Look at all the crossbowmen in there.
You could avoid a huge fight right there.
By going straight down here.
Yeah.
It looks tempting, right? So maybe let's give that a go. I'm going to use, I'm going to select a load of spearmen first, because they like nothing better than to charge straight in there, you know, valiantly.
Valiantly.
They're in the vanguard again.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. We've all got matching t-shirts, the Vanguard.
We are the vanguard.
Yeah, the Vanguard.
What could go wrong? So off they go. And there obviously is going to be some pitch here, but if we go this way, there's not just pitch, but there's also these stake traps everywhere.
That's not.
I mean, they're not getting very far in,
And they're on fire.
and they're on fire. So I'm now going to try 2 groups of macemen, see if they can do any better. The spearmen have very valiantly got rid of most of the stake traps, so the macemen should be okay. So here come the macemen now, trying to get into that moat.
Just the number of forces you've lost and you've barely touched that moat is staggering.
Yeah, no, exactly. And I'm avoiding the fire, and if I try it again now,
So when designing this mission, was that your intention? You wanted to like funnel people towards the outer bailey first?
it's a bit of a trick. It looks easier, it's actually harder, because the chances of getting across that wide bit of moat under all this fire,
Is it possible?
I haven't done it. I tried it once 10 times to see if I could. I haven't done it. Maybe there's people out there that could.
I'd love to see that. Anyone could do that.
But now we've lost almost all the guys, right? So now I'm going to try it. Just to prove my point, I'll kind of send these over here, and we'll see if we can do it with the remaining guys.
And when you designed this, the Pig's Fortress, was there any real life castles that you took inspiration from?
No, I mean we tried to keep all the real life castles for the historical trail,
yeah.
the new castle trail in the game, and these ones we just designing them to be easier, or in this case more brutal to attack. This one has got the castle is built through a great big ridge, you can see, so it's got a good the back half is well protected. There's no easy way in. There's a ring of pitch, there's a ring of moat, there's a ring of thick wall with a load of crossbowmen on it. It is a brutal castle. Yeah. You've also got effectively an inner and an outer bailey to get in. Sometimes in Stronghold you can just find a route 1. There's no route 1 here.
I mean, the pig's an idiot, but you have to say his castle's brilliant. It's got natural defences on top of like artificial ones.
No, he's invested a lot in pitch. If I was actually living in the pig's castle,
You'd invest in a pitch industry.
I'd invest in a good pair of like boots, because you're going to get kind of slightly oily feet all the time. But look, you can see, I've used all my troops now, and I'm not anywhere close.
No. And you're constantly under fire.
I'm constantly under fire.
Or on fire.
If you can get through that, as you say, it'd be great to see that video. So then they ain't going anywhere, right?
No.
Cool. So we've reloaded once again. Yeah. So when it comes to, well, let's start with general player experience. How did you like approach making this mission? Were you intending it to be brutally challenging, or did that sort of come about as you were building it?
We intended it to be brutally challenging, and to be honest, whilst I typically make the maps and design the overall flow of the mission, it's Eric. He's the guy that puts the.
Eric's a cruel man.
He puts the number of crossbows in the towers and gives you the number of troops. So the fact that it's hard really is down to him rather than me.
Are you just saying that to avoid the hate?
Don't hate me. No, I mean, the problem is, I guess Eric and I have played so many missions that it's hard to. You've got to keep perspective.
Right.
And I think we must have lost it a little bit,
Your minds, you mean?
as well as our minds. Yeah, it's true.
Was it also Eric's choice when it came to unit choice and variety? Or was that?
Yes, no, I mean, Eric for sure would be looking at it. And we have two kind of two aims. One is to make you play with different types of units in different missions, because obviously that's interesting. But also to get the balance right as well, you kind of need. If we gave the player too many archers or too many crossbowmen, they would do what people do in a lot of missions, which is clear the walls first.
I was going to ask actually. I mean, given the small number of archers we have in this mission, what real use is it? Just to fight the people that are coming out of the castle?
Yeah, yes, exactly. I think there are different ways in, I guess, and potentially they could be using the archers and the crossbowmen. But I'm going to show you now, I think, why you wouldn't. So I've cleared the way in.
And can you use the laddermen on the wall, or is just the siege tower just the best option? Don't bother with the laddermen.
You can use the siege tower, and it's better because it's more likely to get to the wall, and when it's there, it's going to stay there. However, it may be possible to use the ladderman. I tend to use the ladderman on a valiant fire exposing duty, which sounds like a great job, but actually it's not.
Yeah. They're firefighters essentially.
So now, potentially, what you could try doing is getting your missile troops onto these walls.
Right. Yeah. Can you use the battering ram on the wall?
You can, but it's ineffective. The battering ram takes a lot of damage, but it's not as tough as the siege tower. The siege tower will get in there even under heavy fire. So what we're going to do here is we're going to just clear off these troops, and we're going to see why you might or might not use your missile troops. Once the macemen are in, once they're in numbers, it's very easy. They make light work of the defending missile troops, so that's not a problem.
Do you have like a battle or a siege in TV films that you like? Is there one that's memorable to you? Like, for example, Battle of Helm's Deep.
Whilst you've got Lord of the Rings and you've got Game of Thrones, and they have sieges in it, the things perhaps that's most influenced me was an old film that I think had I think it was Charlton Heston in it, which was a siege of a Norman keep, and there wasn't an actual lot of siege equipment in it. It was mainly about holding on and being starved out, and whether you'd capitulate or not. I forget what it's called, but it was a film from perhaps the 70s or the 80s, and that I thought was brilliant. I mean, it really gave you that sense of what a real siege was like, which is the pressure of holding out without no water and food.
Yeah. Sieges can be pretty brutal even without any fighting.
Okay, now so I'm now going to show why we're not going to use the missile troops. I've got a siege tower on the walls. I've cleared out the towers. So one thing we could try is putting our siege troops, missile troops in here and shooting these guys. So let's try it. I'll put them all in this tower, the closest tower. They won't. I mean, I could have used some macemen, I suppose, ahead of time to mask their entry, but they would always target the missile troops first anyway, so it wouldn't have had a huge benefit.
I mean, that makes sense.
So look, we haven't really got that many guys up there, and they're all dead already. I've probably killed nobody from doing that. They're useful maybe at the end, but at the end, once you get onto that inner bailey with enough macemen, you've kind of got it anyway.
Right. Oh, nice. That adds up.
Yeah.
There we go.
So actually, if you you do lose one of your initial siege towers, you can actually also get, you can get some ladders up on there as well. Only one guy went because there was only one free space, but you can use the ladders for that, and I think that is why the ladders are there. There's also some tunnelers. I've never actually managed to successfully use the tunnelers to do anything with them. They undermine the castle structures. So, for example, if we create a tunnel, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
You don't get to direct what they'll damage other than placing it in front of where you want them to tunnel. And you have to be careful. They're not, because if they get shot before this appears, then they get destroyed and there's no tunneling. But now he's in, and we can see here that the
Oh, that's cool.
like a little mole. You can slowly see as they approach the castle where they're tunneling. So this, if you're a defender, this would now give you the first indication that something's coming.
It's also weirdly terrifying.
Yeah. So these are gonna. This is one. If you didn't have a battering ram, you might be able to get in using the tunnelers. So the tunnelers, again, a bit like the laddermen, are a kind of insurance policy. So we've taken some of that wall down. We'd have to do it again with the second tunneler.
So he's gone now.
Oh yeah, unfortunately for him, he collapses and dies with the tunnel. I mean, that is what happened with tunnelers in medieval times. I mean, it happened in the First World War.
True, being a tunneler was
Dangerous.
resistance. Yeah.
And I think even more so in medieval times.
They were the spearmen of their day.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't really take a job as a tunneler. I mean, ideally, I wouldn't fight in the First World War either. But
How old are you? Look at that now.
how rude! You've already called me a village idiot, Zach.
You called yourself a village idiot.
Oh, true, I did.
All right, there we go. How was that, Simon? Mission 18, done and dusted.
Yeah, I think a bit rusty, but and it took a while to remember.
But it was 20 years old, so I think you can be forgiven.
Do you know what? All the new kind of like improvements actually make it quite a bit easier. Like for me, WASD on the keyboard for scrolling is fantastic. We didn't have it in the original, but I'm so used to using that now on other RTSs that having that allowed me to move around, the map a lot better.
It just fits into your like system very easily. It just slots right in.
It's true. That's what did it for me.
And what was your score at the end there, Simon? 6,700?
Was it 6,700,000?
6,700,000.
No, 670.
6,700,000.
6 million.
If you think you can do better than Simon.
No, bleh. 670. 6,700. I confused myself.
Let's try that again.
And sorry, what was your score there at the end, Simon? 6,700?
Might have been.
Might have been 6 million.
It wasn't 6 million.
60 million.
6,700.
6,700. If you think you can do better than Simon's score, you can have a try very soon. November 7th, Stronghold DE comes out on Steam. Wishlist the game now.